Y'all, come on in, come on in. I hope you guys are having a good day. But honey, in case you missed it, or if you've been sleeping on this drama that's been going on between Simon Guobadia and Porsha Williams, child, wake up. Because it's messy as hell. So Simon just did an interview with Page Six, and honey, he told it all. I mean, he told everything. So he talked about how he regrets marrying Porsha, and he straight up said he felt like she targeted him. So basically, she slid in his DMs and preyed on him, all under the guise of praying for him. You do the math. So y'all, let's go ahead and hear what he had to say when he was asked if he regrets marrying Porsha and why.
Do you regret marrying her?
Absolutely. I said to her in one of my text messages to her, because she didn't respond, because I kept asking her, why did you file for a divorce? And she wouldn't say anything. I tried to reach her mom. Her mom would not respond either. I later figured out this felt like a coup. You know, when I don't know if you're familiar with. I'm familiar. I say it because I'm from Nigeria, and we were ruled at one point by the military, and so every so often when you want to change leadership, the president, you stage a coup.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. I was totally blindsided. I was no member of her family, whether on the mother's side or on the father's side, reached out to me. And the only person I actually reached out to was her mom, and she didn't respond.
Now, I like Porsha, I really do, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that she didn't just finesse the hell out of Simon, honey. Porsha knew exactly who Simon was when she sent that message. She didn't just stumble across some random ass man. No, she knew it was Simon through Fallon. They met on the show. She saw what Fallon had. Okay. And I think that she coveted that. So once she saw a perfect opportunity, she took it, because Simon was freshly separated, emotionally fragile. Okay. And he was easy to seduce. So she took that opportunity. And Simon, child, you being in your 60s, being pursued by a much younger, beautiful woman. I mean, of course, you wanted to believe it was love, but deep down, honey, you had to know that you were chosen for what you had and not for who you were. And now, look, this is marriage number 4. At some point, Simon, you got to look in the mirror. Everybody ain't the problem. I'm just saying. Because to Porsha, Simon was a financial gain. And to Simon, Porsha was just another trophy wife. Another beautiful wife he can parade around. But I will say this. Simon looked his best when he was with Porsha. That woman had him eating right, dressing clean, looking real polished. He was actually out here serving a little something. So maybe, just maybe, when she went in for the money but might have grown to love him, I don't know. But that man was looking good when he was with Porsha.
She was in my DM praying for me. And I think I was in a vulnerable position at that time. And I entertained it. And so it just kind of snowballed from there. Getting engaged in 30 days, I mean, who does that? I was out of my goddamn mind to have done that. And of course, I'm paying dearly for it.
Wow.
Well, damn, I knew the relationship moved fast, but I didn't know they proposed. He proposed in 30 damn days. That's a red flag by itself. Y'all not even divorced yet, but you out here proposing to a woman you've only known for a month. Come on, Simon. But Simon was probably feeling rejected, needing validation, and boom, out of nowhere, here comes Porsha. And honestly, they both got what they wanted. He wanted some young cheeks to clap. And let's be real, if it wasn't Porsha, it was going to be another younger woman somewhere. And Porsha wanted to upstage Shamia. She wanted to live that luxury lifestyle she saw Fallon living. So she shot her shot, seduced Simon, and just like that, 30 days later, they're engaged. You can't make this up. Then she leaves her job at Dish Nation. She leaves the job at Housewives of Atlanta. Hell, they said desperate time called for desperate measures. And Porsha was in that desperate rebrand era. She thought she was going to marry Dennis, build the hot dog empire, white picket fence and a baby and all that. But when that fell apart, she switched lanes real fast. She did whatever she could to seduce Simon, tell him everything he needed to hear. She presented herself as the perfect wife, soft-spoken, nurturing, spiritual, prayerful, all that. She knew how to play the game, and Simon was vulnerable enough to fall for it. And honestly, I think Simon may have used Porsha to get under Fallon's skin. He knew Porsha and Fallon knew of each other. They met on the Real Housewives. So part of me feels that he used Porsha to get under her skin. Like, what better way to stick it up your ex ass than to pop out with a woman she was just filming scenes with? This is messy. So y'all, Peter Thomas in Pure Fashion enters the chat to offer his 2 cents. And he seems to think that, Simon was targeted by Porsha. Now listen, if anybody know whether or not Porsha did target Simon, it's Peter. Okay? Peter knows because Peter did the same thing to Cynthia. When I tell y'all he robbed that lady blind, he went in the marriage with both hands open and left the marriage with both hands still open, borrowing money from Cynthia. So he would know. And how the hell he get online in jail? Anywho, let's hear what Peter had to say.
I know y'all hate when I fucking do this, but sometimes I just got to speak my mind, you know what I'm saying? I just came home and I saw Simon post, and that was riveting to say the least. It speaks volume. First time he's actually talking. Now, right after in real life, when we all saw Porsha file for divorce, I talked to Simon immediately, and he told me that he was blindsided. So, a year later, he's still saying the same thing. And I believe him. I also believe he was targeted. I do. I don't care what nobody says. I believe that shit. Okay? And I believe that it's somewhat his fault. And like he said, he was in not the right state of mind, and he's guilty of committed, and he think that's something he wanted, and he thought it was real, and it wasn't. Okay? I'm sorry for him. I know what it's like. I was on that show. Okay? This shit is ugly. For this man to say he was targeted for like $5 million. Wow.
Peter, child, I know you lying. But Peter would know. Like I said, he did the same thing to Cynthia. So he would know. He know what scamming looks like. For real, he does. Porsha, girl, congratulations on that $40K a month. Would you see a dime of it? I don't know. Congratulations on your mansion you get to live in for the next 3 years. And of course, congratulations on the Rolls Royce. So y'all, that is the end of this video. Give the video a thumbs up. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Bye.